we go. All right. Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good day here. Happy Monday. Bitcoin is blasting off. Things looking pretty good. And just, it's a good day, guys. It's a very good day. I forgot Loki's treats on the counter over there, so I'll probably have to give him one in a little bit later. But you guys can say hi to Loki right here. Loki, come here. Oh, yeah, shush. Get all the stretches. Yeah, oh, you guys can barely see him, but yeah. He's also in a good mood. He's been playing outside all day. So, hey Christopher, hey Wilder, happy to see all of you guys. Dolphin, big day out here in the cryptocurrency world. Let me move some stuff over here very fast. I don't want to run over Loki's feet. Wait a second. Loki, back. There we go. Okay. So, I think the goal for today's video, as we're starting a new cycle here as far as what I'm going to be talking about, things like that. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin technical analysis for a while. Then we're going to go over to some news, things like that. Maybe go over X for a few minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fly over to day trading. And then within the day trading, we're going to be doing what we did before, having some fun with it. And I believe as we are day trading, I think that gives us an opportunity to go back and forth and kind of look at other news, talk about different stuff while just having an open trade. I think that might work the best. But for today, there really wasn't a whole bunch of news. So, I mean, might as well focus on the news first and then start going over the Bitcoin technical analysis. But happy to see all of you guys here. I think for today, let's go with the full screen vision. I don't think we need to have the sponsors on just now. Some of you guys were asking about KSEX and getting an affiliate link for them because they're a good exchange. I'm in the process of doing that right now. The guy's on a different time zone than me, so basically, as soon as he gets it to me later on tonight, I'll update my videos with it if you guys want to support the channel and use that link if you guys want to do something for that exchange. Okay. So, sorry for the massive old ad here. Overall, the market today was actually pretty good. It was, you know, just up a little bit, but not down compared to what we had last week. I'd say that's actually a win here. As far as the news, though, about 700 Marines mobilized to LA. Trump says he'd support Newsom arrest. RFK Jr. removes all members of CDC panel advising US on vaccines. And then Apple had a big thing and ChatGPT's making money. As far as an eventful day, this was not an eventful day. And you saw how Bitcoin actually liked that. Right now, Bitcoin is up around 4% here. The day trading stuff that we talked about before, I will say it again. This is really good for making money. And this is why I told you guys I prefer the 5 over the 1. But again, guys, we're going to be doing this quite a bit of time. I'm thinking what we need to do is do swing trading and day trading. And maybe I'll use weeks for day trading, like the scalping with the 1 minutes. And maybe I'll use KSEX or one of the other exchanges for the swing trading here, right? So the 5-minute charts, the 4-hour charts and things like that. Because again, I wanted to show you guys how my strategies work and how everything works. But I think I'm all over the place. Oh, I forgot my tee upstairs. That's why. I think it's better that I show you guys every time the patterns working and what happens and why I prefer swing trading over everything else. Okay. So, hey, Crypto Sleeper again. The Dolphin, happy to see you. Salim, happy to see you. 88 Chrome Dome, cheers. Hey, Aaron, happy to see you as well. And then Puma, do I think this is the big one? Has the time come for things start popping off like bottle rockets? No, not yet. I mean, I already bought longs here. I already have open positions, but at this point in time, I'm just very hesitant to go all in. Maybe when the daily chart turns bullish here, probably tomorrow, maybe that might set a confirmation for another big move. As far as I can see right now, looking at the weekly charts, I already bought a while ago because of this green move right back over here, right? And I told you guys I was kind of disappointed of what's been happening so far, but all I got to do is pretty much hold because that's usually all I can do right now. If we do start to go towards all-time highs, I think that'd be a good opportunity to feel more comfortable where Bitcoin's at. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm happy with where Bitcoin is. I'm happy I was dollar cost averaging. I'm glad I bought the dip last week when everybody was like, oh my God, you know, we're going back down to 75,000, whatever, all the way back down here. We still don't know if we're gonna go down that far, but again, I have those positions. They're still doing well. And even from when we talked about, hold on, I got music kind of loud in my background here. You guys can't see my TV because it's behind the green screen. There you go. We talked about this, I believe it was Saturday when I streamed because I took Friday off. Normally I take Friday and Saturday off. I showed you guys the 4-hour chart and how usually when I was doing the day trading, I basically said, oh yeah, the reason I want to go long is because if you make a mistake or the chart doesn't go your way, if you hold it for a while, typically that longer term momentum is going to carry you on to where you need to go. And that's why when I had this chart over here for the 4 hours, we were buying right over here, right at the tip. We had one trade that worked out, the other one didn't. But that's what I was saying, if you just hold on, it never hit our stop loss, or no, it never hit our stop loss. Yeah, never hit our stop loss right there. It usually keeps on going. Now, you're not usually going to be expecting these big booms and things like that. But again, this is the 1 hour chart. No, that one worked. This one didn't. This one didn't. This one did. This one did. This one didn't. This one didn't. Did. Didn't. Did. And then you put it into perspective of where the MACD and the oscillators were at during those times. It filters out, like, you shouldn't have been buying that one or that one, probably even that one or that one, right? That momentum shift is really crucial with all these little signals that we get. Let's see. Oh, I should probably say this. You saw how this was all green even during these times. What was that, Thursday? Oh no, this is already too far back, never mind. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I think we're in a good spot. I suck at calling those big moves. Honestly, I trade. Those big moves are always a little bit more hesitant for me because, like, I already have money deployed. If it decides to be a big move, I'm very happy for it. But there's been so many times where we're kind of destined for a nice move, and then you see that there's a tweet about something, there's a war thing happens around the world, and it just kind of flips the market. So I think we're just kind of in a pausing mode right now where we're just consolidating still. But if we have a big jolt, I'm happy. But again, I already bought like last week and week over here and week over here. Yeah. I need to buy Bitcoin at 25K. You know, there are a lot of people out there who go to newer exchanges, smaller exchanges, and they'll usually put limit orders down on Bitcoin for like 50,000 bucks, 60,000 bucks, 25,000 bucks, and they'll just let it sit there for a while, right? And if the exchange ever glitches out, they'll be able to buy that asset for a cheap price. As soon as that happens, they move the Bitcoin off the exchange, and then, you know, they have a bunch more Bitcoin they would have been able to afford if Bitcoin was at 110,000, which it is right now, right? Very, very different mindset. But most people don't do it. I had put Key to my watch list about 5 or 6 weeks ago. It's up like 700% since. I didn't buy any because it's not on Coinbase, unfortunately. That happens a lot with a lot of these different companies out here, or I should say tokens. Let me see. I mean, you're seeing everything across the board right now having a pretty good day. Leo's okay, not having the best day, but Leo's different. Stable coin. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of stuff have pretty good. I mean, depending on if you guys use my watch list or not. We've been talking about this for what, like a month? 2025 bangers, I think it is. Yeah, 2025 bangers. These are the high risk tokens, right? These ones are still down. Launch coin on Believe is up 2,300%. That's kind of nice. But everything else is still down, which means more room to run. But I think you could probably correlate this drop in the last 30 days. If you guys don't remember that Bitcoin dominance has actually been creeping up the last few weeks as well, right? So until that breaks, which is probably not for a few more weeks, if not like a month or two, I wouldn't expect altcoins to go to anything massive, like massive. Yeah, I'd probably still give that some more time to cook. The other one here, these are the buy the dips. These are the more responsible ones. This is the safe one. You can see there's a lot more green on the safe picks. Not as much, right? We go down here to 2 billion, right? Still gets pretty nasty, but generally speaking, there's a lot more green on this chart for the last few days, last few weeks, last few months. Much more green, which is a pretty good thing to see. Now let me get to here. There was really no news today that I really looked at. Crypto CEO accused of laundering 500 million linked to sanctioned Russian banks. Disney to pay Comcast. Like, there's nothing newsworthy today, which is very, very weird because it messes up the vibe of my my streaming, right? But like we were talking about earlier, let me give it that little dot there. we're close to having everything be green, green, green. Usually when we do go green here, these are actually going at 1 or 2 days ahead of time. That's fine. But it does look like we're looking for another big move here. The breakout was right there. Usually you want to wait for the breakout to be confirmed and then have the MACD 47 minutes until the breakout's confirmed. It's pretty much going to be confirmed. We don't have a bullish MACD just yet, but as far as I'm concerned, I like the move. Maybe because I'm tired and I haven't eaten anything today. I'm not as jubilant for like a massive move, and I think that's because I already I've been buying some for a while, and I've just been kind of waiting, that I'm so numb to some of these pops when they do happen, because we've had these pops plenty of times before, and altcoins have some good moves for a minute, but you got to sell those altcoins fast, 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 fast. And hey, Matt, it's happy to see you. Hey Puma, what's up, Mike? Thank God a DCA. Oh yeah, for real. No, I'm serious here. Dollar cost averaging works, and we're not even gonna wait an hour before we start doing day trading here. But this day trading actually worked out very well, especially if you kind of followed along. I think we used the one. Yeah, we used the 1 minute on Thursday. Again, this is for scalping, so bear with me on these short time frame stuff. That worked out there. Nice little level of resistance. Broke through it. You can sell. That one, of course, worked. This one I would say did not work. This one worked. That one worked, even though it was like a slow grind. Yeah, that worked here. That one worked. That one worked. No. That one worked. That one definitely worked right there. Jesus. This one didn't work. This one didn't work. That one worked. This one did not. Did. Didn't. That one did. Damn, shaky. Never hit the stop loss though. No. And no. Oh no, these are the ones at that level of resistance we were talking about before, how it was so sketchy, you know? But yeah, most of these have been working here, so. And if you take out some of the bad momentum signals in here, like you're buying at a level of resistance, or you are, how should I say it? Those common sense warning signs of a downtrend, if you take those out, it's usually pretty good for you here. So I'll be doing this here in a few more minutes. All right, let me bounce this out. I might have to go upstairs and get my tea very fast. I'm like tired today. I'm not entirely sure why. Not physical tired, because I've been walking outside all day. I think I'm just mentally tired, and I feel like that's because of the heat. It's like in the 80s today in Washington State, I think. Let me see. I don't think I'm used to the heat yet. 88. I don't think my body or my mind is ready for that heat wave to hit me just yet. And hey Digital K, happy to see you as well. Yeah guys, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go upstairs very fast and just get myself my tea. I feel like I'm out of it. Maybe you guys can tell. I don't know, I feel like I'm stuttering a lot or something like that. Let me get my tea very fast and I will be right back. Let me turn up the music and I'll be back in a second. And what we'll do is we'll just hop straight into day trading once we have our next green signal. You can already see there's a consolidation going with the downtrend, so hopefully it doesn't turn green when I'm gone, but I'll be back in just 1 second. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. I feel like I'm really out of it for today. I don't know why. Boom, there we go. All right. Before we start, a treat for Loki. He has to give up his toy though. Treat or toy. You want a treat? Yeah, that's why. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So, just to reiterate, every day when I'm streaming, which is usually going to be Sunday through Thursday, so last day of the week I'm going to be streaming is going to be Sunday. Thursday. What I'm going to do is, once we get through all the news, which in this case today is very, very short, we're going to be going with straight live trading and just having fun with it, showing how much money we can make and things like that. Don't follow me along on here because there's a 20-second lag, but you guys can literally copy the same strategy I'm doing anytime you want to. There are different tokens you can use this on. I prefer Bitcoin myself because of the liquidity. Some people have used Ethereum, right? Still can do some good work there. Not all the time, of course, but you put on the 4 charts, you kind of see where the momentum is at. Like, let's say you lost money on this trade and this trade, okay? Like, your stop loss got hit there, and your stop loss get hit right here. Although it went right over here, so probably you would sell right there. But let's say you took a loss on this one and this one. The gains from this one and the gains from this one are gonna make up for that. The thing is, you have to figure out how long you want to hold it for. So for scalpers, if you're seeing a change of character right here, you might wait for the breakout to occur right here, right? And you may sell at this next level of resistance, or you may sell somewhere else. That's why you guys have to pay attention to what's happening in the 5-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, and the 1-hour chart, so you know if there's enough of an upswing yet, or if you're just trading chop. If you're trading chop, that's fine, right? But just understand the chop isn't going to be the most profitable thing to be trading. Most of the time you might just sit it out. All right, got some iced tea now. Ooh, man, I don't know why I'm so out of it today. I didn't even do much yesterday. I think it's just the heat. All right, there we go. So if any of you guys have questions, let me know. You guys want to check out tokens, let me know. Let me see if there's any big news happening on X right now. Sly Stone, Sly and the Family Stone, everyday people. Oh, Sly Stone died. I don't know who that is, but I wasn't massive on music. BET Awards, Marines. I know California's still rioting right now. Let's see. A full Marine battalion has been mobilized in Los Angeles. Damn. Yep, so that's going to be interesting. But that's not having an effect on anything going on in the markets right now, which is good. RFK Jr. removes all members of CDC panel advising U.S. on vaccines. Ooh, that's a big move right there. They're going back to making moves. They're going back to making moves. Let's go back over here to Bitcoin. There we go. Now here's the question. Do you guys want me to short? Like right now we're in a bullish momentum, obviously. Do you guys want me to short on the reds or just long on the greens, or do both? I'd love to hear your opinion, because again, I'm not going to be gambling a bunch of money here, or trading with a bunch of capital, like $500 with leverage, $200 with leverage, and I want you guys' opinion on that one. There we go. I'm looking at a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is up right now. KDA's up 14%. Popcat's up 11%. MOG is up 26%. Oh, that's broken right there, but let me see. Damn, that's a big surge. How's Turbo doing? Up 8% today. Glad I sold it up here still, but damn, that's intense. And which one am I using? This one, so I need to go back to the 1-minute chart. Here we go. All right, there we go. And hey, Clicks, happy to see you, my man. All right, so what we'll probably do is we'll trade 5-minute bearish moves, and then green moves on the 1-minute chart. I think that's probably the best way to go about this. And then what we'll do is we'll just look for little opportunities to get in, get out, and take our money and kind of run in situations. Now, on the 4-hour chart, though, we are looking at a big level of resistance, so I would anticipate it being more difficult to put more capital in for longs until we break at above the 110,688 level. Until then, I think I'd probably put more money on the shorts just because of excuse me, of the fact we are at that big level of resistance, and we could always still have some type of lower high situation and go into a whole nother consolidation period, which would be a bummer, but also realistic at the same time. This is just a 4-hour chart. There we go. All right. I mean, you can see right now, they're still trying to push this sucker up here, but I'm just gonna wait for the signal and see how this can work out in our favor. SBET had a big dump. Ethereum Reserve Company. Oh, interesting. I haven't been hearing as much news about Ethereum lately. I've been hearing a lot of news about Tron making waves in the space. I'm closer to their team, so I think I would probably get those types of notifications. But that is interesting. I do hear there's more companies that are looking to have their own ETFs for different tokens that are not just your basic, you know, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum type of things. They want to have more tokens. And I think if an ETF heads like 25% Bitcoin, 10% Ethereum, 5% ADA, 5% XRP, 5% Dogecoin, 5% Fetch AI, 5% World AI, whatever, you know, I think that could do a really good amount of work for Bitcoin dominance and just, you know, the cryptocurrency in general. And if we do start to get in, not NFTs, ETFs with those things, I could see those particular coins blasting off and having long-term potential, even if they kind of follow that same cycle of having big dumps and whatnot. That's something I'd probably want to play around with just a little bit here. And hey, Kumar, happy to see my man. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we're just doing a little bit of day trading, but we're waiting for one of the signals to turn green for us. I don't know why I feel so freaking weird today, though. I feel like really off. I don't know what it is. Yeah. You guys ever, maybe it's just Monday or something like that. I took Sunday off. I didn't do any work. I did nothing yesterday. It felt really weird. I don't know if I've been able to get back to the grind. I think that's like my ADHD liking the repetition, but you mess up the repetition and it just kind of like flatlines you. I think that's exactly what's going on right now. All right, so while waiting on that, let me go see if there's any other news here, because I do want to see if there's any like Los Angeles stuff. Or actually, before that, Elon Musk. How's Elon doing? Has he calmed down a little bit? Wokeness will seem such a joke in retrospect that many won't believe it was ever a serious problem. Even many of the participants will forget, but it really was a big problem. The difference between reality and legacy media is insane. Oh yeah, they keep on calling them peaceful protesters. Yeah. You know, this is my personal opinion. I think this is one of those big reasons that we keep on seeing that distrust in media is growing. People don't like the media. What message? Oh, okay. My payment to PayPal. They keep on saying things that aren't true, but they're lying about it. It's not like they're like spreading they're like just choosing to lie about the peaceful protesters and things like that. I don't understand it. You could say there's peaceful protests and riots happening in LA, but you have to say there's also riots happening in LA, because I mean, look at all that crap. That stuff is crazy. I was watching some of this stuff last night while watching the basketball game with some friends, and man, like it was some crazy stuff on YouTube. Let's see, I'm going to affect policies. No, I don't care about none of that stuff. None of that stuff. No. Elon, this is so interesting. So this stuff going on with LA has overtaken the whole fight between Elon and Trump. Last week they were all getting ready to talk about this more and more and more, but they backed off real fast. Elon Musk lost a lot of money. I don't even think Tesla has come back properly from all that. Let me see. $15-minute chart. It's cruised up a little bit. That's it. Yeah. If you guys believe in Tesla, this might be an opportunity to buy some up, but just know that Elon can go unhinged any minute and just kill the value of your asset. Man, I don't know how long I want to hold that stuff for. There we go. Oh, no, wrong one. There we go. All right, boom. Do I ever use BYDFi to trade? I do every now and again, yes. For me, it's more of a swing trading site, but yeah, I do use it. I have a link down below. Actually, they're one of my sponsors here. They're chill. I found that most of you guys don't like it for some reason. I don't know why. Most of you guys, when I see which exchanges you guys set up on and like actually put money into and start trading, most of you guys like Weeks, and I think that's just because they have a lot of new tokens that come out fast. Next up, it's Blowfin. Next up, it's Ascendex, which is more of a recent exchange that I've added onto my platform. And the last one, I think, is BYD5. Yeah. But maybe I'll switch out BYD5. No, I'm switching out BYD5 for the KSEX, or I might just move BYD5 to the bottom of my list and move KSEX in its spot. But yeah, it just depends. I think it's fine. I like it. BYD5 here. You can see I use it. It's all, you know, purpled out. All right. Right, nice. Not gonna log in right now, but yeah, it's fine. It doesn't give you as much freedom on the sides to drag and drop things. I think maybe that's the difference. I don't think Weeks gives you too much either, but I mean, maybe it gives you more. I'm very much zoomed into this right now, though. There we go. Yeah, this one doesn't really give you any much more either. But you guys seem to like this UI more than this UI. And maybe it's just the zoom in effect. I think this, you know. Let's see. Gotta do some capture, anything like that. Let's see, there we go. You know, so not really much. I don't know why people don't like BYDFi as much. I honestly, I can't tell. I think everybody just has their preference. I like Weeks better than BYDFi myself, just with the UI. I think it's just bigger. Maybe it's the color scheme. I like black, so you can tell like black, not the grayish black. Maybe that's the difference. Honestly, I don't know. I gotta start testing out KSEX though. Some of you guys have been talking to me about it. CT is one of them, and Cleo, and I was talking with one of their managers today, and he says, yep, we can get you on board. We'll give you a nice little package as far as, like, they're not paying me, but, you know, if you guys trade, I'll make more money based off of your trading. And then that type of stuff. So I'm going to get started with them pretty soon. I just want to test it out for a few hours and see if it actually, you know, is good. But everybody's been raving about it. One of my friends that I talked to, he said it was, like, the best exchange he knows right now. So I'm going to give it a shot. That way you guys can see what's going on. So I'll be doing swing trading on there. And maybe what we'll do is we'll do 4-hour swing trades on here. So we'll trade these types of moves and let them sit for a while. And usually they give you an opportunity to make some good money out of them. Not always, of course, but usually. All right. Oh, I still have these on there. I don't need all this crap. There you go. So, you know, as long as you're not running up to a level of resistance like up here or something like that, they usually seem to be doing pretty darn well. Even right now, we're seeing some nice moves from them. There we are. Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of tools and stuff. What I want to eventually do is I want to have like this daily day trading stuff going on. But then I also want to like say, hey guys, are there any tools that you want to test out for an hour or a half an hour while scalping on the 1 minute chart? So maybe some of you guys run across an indicator, or maybe one of your favorite YouTubers, like you guys go over to YouTube and you type in, you know, top day trading strategy, right? And maybe you guys see this one from Trading Lab that's kind of flashy, and you're like, Michael, can we test this one out? And then what I'll do is maybe over that night, I'll watch the video, I'll give the transcript of the video over to GPT, I'll have GPT layer it out so everybody can understand what the strategy is, and then we test it out, and then if it works, we're like, oh my god, this works. It would most likely doesn't work, to be honest, but then we know it doesn't work as well. And we kind of go through different ones that you guys like and different ones you guys don't like, right? That could be pretty fun as well. That's for later on though. I got to figure out how that system would work because I'd lose track of things really fast. You have a habit of overexerting yourself, bud. Take a proper rest. Yeah, I don't even know if it's overexertion. I just feel tired today. Just tired. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a life thing. I don't know. No, I think my ADHD is flaring because I keep on saying the same things over and over again, and that could be it. I don't know. Feels off though. Today definitely feels off. Maybe it's Monday. What I'll do today, it's a weight behind the eyes type of thing. I don't know. But at least I have you guys to talk about it with. I'm not going to the cigar lounge today. I'm not going smoking or doing anything outside until Wednesday. I can't really walk that much because of my plantar fasciitis, but maybe I'll walk with Loki outside tomorrow when it's a little bit cooler to go check my mailbox. That may be something to do. And I've been outside with Loki a little bit today. That's been pretty fun. But maybe it's just the heat. I don't know. Lack of energy, something going on. Let me see. Pretzel over there. I want to see what, so we got, see what tokens are moving up. Kaya. K-A-I-A, K-A-I-A, excuse me. That was moving up 30%. Fartcoin is still rumbling right now. Whiff is up a little bit. Ray, Ave, Sky. I usually see Whiff in the top big movers area right here. It's only at $1 billion market cap, which is a little bit higher than we normally go for, but you know, it's not close to the bottoms right now. So I think we might have an opportunity for this one for those of you guys that want to swing it for a while. I know we talked about this during the last dip, but Dog with Hat's still a big player right here. Internet Computer still making some moves here, down a lot over the year to date, but still profitable, you know, last few weeks at least. SPX, okay. Hey Noir, creating content is incredibly exhausting. Well, that's the thing. I tried to make multiple videos for you guys today and I couldn't even do it. I was so tired. Because there wasn't really much news today, right? There really wasn't much news. And like, so I put out 2 videos today and one got 71 views because it was Apple. I never talk about Apple, I understand that. The other one was only 113 views. And maybe I'll get a boost here in a while like it normally does, but I've been putting my transcripts of my own videos into ChatGPT so it can explain what I'm doing wrong. And what I think I need to do, and this is more of a personal thing, I need to take my ADHD medication every now and again, or maybe just take more caffeine to kind of straighten me out, because let me see. Here we go. For the videos that I want to do, I sent it like the photos of how they're doing, right? It's like that, the screenshots. And I gave it the data, and I gave it the transcript, which was this. It's like when I do a video, I can copy every word I said word from word, and I give it down to there, right? And this is true. This is true for my streaming as well. So this is something I just need to work on. It says I have a rambling delivery, which I know is true. Slow or unclear intro, that I understand as well. No clear segment or escalation. This I need to fix because I have my teleprompter, but I think it broke. And that's normally where I'd have bullet points in order to keep things moving along. What I think I have to do is literally just get a sticky note and then see how that goes. No clear viewer takeaway. I need to have like a strong view of like making you guys do something like, oh, go check out my links down below, or go check out this video or something like that. And then repeats and stalls, I'm still saying, right? So that's just me like regurgitating the same thing over and over again. And like maybe because I know how to trade, I can like tell myself I suck at trading at times. I'm good at this and bad at that. Same thing with YouTube. I know I suck at YouTube right now, but like I need to get better on it. And that means I have to put in some work for it, which means right now it's not even technically about work. It's about getting my brain ready to do work, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure how to explain it. What I gotta do actually very fast is this. There we go. Turn my fan on so I'm starting to overheat right now in the heat. There we go. Yeah, but I think that's probably part of it for sure. Trading's been very good over the last few days, that's for sure, right? But what I might need to do, we'll see. Hey, Lost Guy, didn't know I had ADHD. Am I treating it? No, there's no treatment I got at all. I got some medication I think I got from a doctor like a year ago, but it's not so much ADHD medication. They always try to give me anxiety medication, but I don't get anxious like that. For me, it's like, it's just a lack of concentration, you know? I'm not anxious when I hop on the computer with you guys. That's why I'm like, I think I'm pretty chill, despite having, I think I'm chill to talk with or listen to and things like that. It's more of a, I'm thinking about like 5 different things at this exact moment in time, right? I'm thinking about waiting for a green signal so I can buy. I'm thinking about how I just had to turn on my fan. I'm thinking about my sister stole my my air conditioning a couple nights ago, right? And then I'm also thinking about this tea right here, and I wish I put more ice in it. All that stuff is going at the same time in my brain, but no, I'm not treating it. That's the answer. I used to have a good system for it. I think I just messed up the system when my computer broke down. Like that whole vibe I had messed up. So maybe what I'll do is I even had a plan for this video or the stream as far as when to talk about what and do what. But then today there was like barely any news that happened in the crypto world that I thought was worth talking to you guys about. Like if I go over to here to Coin Telegraph, right? Tether plans to open source Bitcoin mining operating system, right? That doesn't seem crazy, but 100K becomes bulls key level. 5 things sell Bitcoin this week, right? Maybe I'll just pull up one of these every day and just talk about the 5 things to know this week type of thing, you know? Maybe that'll be something. But personally speaking, I don't typically care for crypto news, like blockchain news, right? Like, I don't care that Turnkey raises 30 million for crypto open infrastructure layer. I don't really care about that. Maybe the Telegram founder Durov on arrest, detention in France. I'm confused. Maybe that one, but typically speaking, I don't care that much about a lot of that type of stuff, you know? Talk to the doctors and take Vesina when you need to concentrate. I have the same thing and it really became a problem as an adult. It will change your life. Well, let me actually copy that. Maybe I'll have to look into that. There you go. Boom, saved it. Ethereum pushing above its 200 MA is a beautiful sight to see. Remember, guys, I'll just go over here and show it to you guys. Daily. Moving averages are a fun time for everybody. Fun time for everybody. People always forget when I say moving averages are the best opportunities for trading. And you started talking about Ethereum right there. Ethereum's also breaking above the 20 and the 200 right now. On the weekly, it's trying to break above the 50. Again, we could be at a really nice surge right now because again, this is bullish. Bitcoin's bullish on the weekly charts. You know, another reason that I'm happy to be buying and holding stuff or dollar cost averaging. But again, you know, it's a good spot here. That's why I was trying to calm everybody down last week when we were talking about dipping. I'm like, you know, what did I say? The idea was to consolidate for a while and have the breakout. It's just the tariff talk kind of sped up the downturn here, and we didn't really get to consolidate that much longer. We kind of just bounced off support and off we went. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. There you go. We're close to breaking out above some levels of resistance right now too, which means trading right now is really a scalper's game. It's not even holding on for a while like that. It's more of getting in and getting out for a nice little profit. But I'm interested to see how much profit we can make off of something like this. So like, let me see, there we go. 175% zoom in. I think it's going to be good enough for us right now. If we have an opportunity to trade, this thing's been red since we started here. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, but my ADHD, it's pretty darn bad. Like, I'm a routine guy. So when my routines are messed up, I'm messed up. Not like, whatever, you know, like crazy bipolar on that, but like, I do need a daily routine to keep me ready to go. But yeah. I don't know, yeah, my brain just is kind of off today. But normally I'm not that bad. Today just feels especially worse for some reason. I don't know if it's because I drank something last night or I had whiskey for the first time in a long time last night, just one shot. Maybe that was it. I had like 6 glasses of water, which was really good. I was dehydrated. I don't know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Iced tea with no sugar. It's healthy, but damn. Damn. Oh man. All right. We could be getting close to seeing a little bit of a breakout right here, which could be interesting. Let me infect right now. Let's just go over to the 2. If I go to 2, does that work out? Perfect. Oh no, that is not what I was looking for. Okay. Why not go back to 4? So that means when I do 2, it takes these 2. So I should move it back. Boom. Okay. Now if I go over to 2, boom. Okay. Ultra scalper is set up right here, I guess. 5 minute. Just like we did before, you can kind of see the trend line here in your head. All right. You got this trend right here. You can do both, I would say, if you wanted to. For now, we can probably do both because I got nothing but time here. So we can either trade the breakout or trade the green and the breakout. I'd probably trade the green and the breakout, to be honest here. Split it aside. There we go. 2 different time frames for doing this trade here. You can also try to like short here and then like cover your position back over here if it breaks down. That's also something with a slight stop loss. That's also something. So you guys see what I'm saying? There's another trend line right here. Because of the big level of resistance, you could in theory short because you're still red, right? And then short from here. And then you can either close the position on the trend line that's there, or you can wait for us to come back down here if you think it'll go down that low. Another way of thinking about it. I don't trade that way, but I do know that's a way you can trade. I just don't do it for some reason. I like what I like, and you know, but there's other ways that work too. It's just maybe I'm not as good as on that way as the others I do. That's exactly what it is, actually. Yeah. The only way to drink tea is unsweetened. I know, I haven't had sweet tea in a very, very long time. The last time I had sweet tea, I think it was last August or something like that. I got some from McDonald's and it was so sweet, it kind of burned. It was it was crazy. I wasn't used to like the woo of it all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've pretty much cut out sugars from my entire diet. The most sugar I get in my diet is going to be liquor. That's it. Liquor. Now, if I have, 4 shots a week, that's the only sugar really getting into my body, I think that's okay, right? I just don't really eat that much bad food. If I eat bad food, it's like for 1 meal out of the month or something like that, you know? But I was thinking about doing some fasting here pretty soon, and we'll see how that works out. I just have to make sure it doesn't fuck with my energy levels, because I already have low energy from working out and then doing all this new YouTube stuff. I spent a part of yesterday prepping for making videos for you guys, but I only made 2 today. I was planning to make 5, and I was just like, oh man, it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow. One of these days you're gonna see 5 videos out of me. I didn't even do the shorts. I had my gimbal literally right in front of me, like right here. I had my camera, not my camera, excuse me, my phone. My phone literally has no case because it was in there for a while, and I just didn't do anything. I think my ADHD is kind of off the charts today. Kind of an interesting way to think about it. There we go. We can't be looking for a breakout here though. What I should probably do is move this over like that. Shrink that side. Look at that side a little bit more. Here we go. And there we go. Okay. Do you guys think we're gonna break out or break down here? I would still anticipate a breakout. This is, again, if we're going off the basics of all basic trading knowledge that you all know, this is a huge move. We're consolidating. This is a continuation pattern, which means we should, in theory, come back up. Now, we're at a big level of resistance, sure, but in theory, this is just gearing up for that next big move here. I just want to wait for that breakout to happen though, for the extra security and safety. All right, let me see if there's any other news here. LA, no, LA is still dramatic. Bitcoin DeFi. Anybody see this trending today? Breaking Representative Lynch on crypto regulation. The U.S. is headed for the mother of all financial crisis. Regulatory delay and lack of clarity could cost America its financial edge. Let's see. Cardano doing Bitcoin DeFi is so slept on. Let's see. Bitcoin DeFi is here. Oh, I think ADA is trying to push something, perhaps? I don't know. Simplify prayers for Donald Trump. No, DJ. Who's DJ? Craigslist. It feels like such a meh day. Like in terms of news. Or actually, you tell me. You guys are all out there on your phones just like I am. Did you guys see any big news in the crypto world today, or was it kind of more meh, or the financial world? I didn't even get a chance to really watch CNBC today because I was kind of tired. Let's see. Tesla downgraded on Wall Street. That doesn't matter to Tesla at all. U.S. trying to trade talks. That was important, I guess, but that started yesterday. Let's see. Wholesale inventories comes to up 0.02%. Warner Bros. Discovery to split into 2 separate companies by next year. That's interesting. Not expecting rate cuts. Fed to cut rates this year at all. That's crazy. Hold on a second. There was something I saw here for just a fraction of a second, and it looked like some very cool news here. This thing. We'll watch this in a little bit once I have a trade opened up. This could be interesting. President Trump says pick for next Fed chair coming very soon. Here's what to expect. Yeah, it'd be better to have somebody besides Jerome Powell in there right now, I would say. And actually, how much? I want to adjust this here. 11,311. Why isn't this? Oh, interesting. Okay. $11,311. .46. Okay. Must be glitching. I want to always start off with a certain amount of money right here, so I know exactly what we started off with, because it looks like we're close to having a breakout here, which would be very nice. Difficult because we're probably going to dip back down after we buy a little bit, but the stop loss for this trade would be down here. So why not just do this? You can have it set to here or here or here. It all just depends. I want to see if there's another larger move happening, so I'd be playing around with that a little bit more. There we go. Nice little breakout. How's the momentum? Oh, momentum isn't there for a breakout yet. I'd still say if it turns green, we're going to buy it up. It just means we're going to be having a little bit more of a choppy breakout, more likely than not. Do I think Ethereum is cooling off soon? It's hitting a level of resistance right now. I don't know if it's actually going to get pushed back from it. You're seeing Bitcoin also up against a level of resistance. Bitcoin's been able to break through for the most part. If Ethereum breaks out, Ethereum's going to have like a cool another 6-7% day tomorrow, even maybe a 10% day tomorrow, with that huge moving average that's blocking its way. So we have the 20 and the 200. That's what we're breaking out of today, right? 20 and the 200, big move right there. Ethereum's up 7% off of those two. Weekly, we got the 50 here, right? 50, woo, we might be able to go all the way up here towards around like $2,900. maybe even push 3,000 before getting pushed back down a little bit more. But this could be a massive week for Ethereum here, massive. It managed to hold the moving averages really nicely. Things like Dogecoin were not able to hold on. They fell down pretty hard. That means they have a lot of upswing left in them, so things like Dogecoin are going to be good. Things like Trump token are too new, so we can't really focus on them so much. But, you know, WIF, right, already broke out above that moving average a long time ago. Daily right now, just breaking above other moving averages. A lot of volatility to be had, a lot of money to be had. And when you get that money involved, it's like, ooh, it's tasty, you know? Oh, gotta watch it closely. Like I said, the 5 minutes not there just yet, but I think in another 7 minutes we should be there. It just sucks having to wait for a good trade. I think that's the thing that that sucks, right? And if you guys remember, we talked about that short opportunity right here. You short, you could do the selling right as it hits that imaginary trend line, if you will, and it hit it. So if you want to do that, it worked out. But you see, like right afterwards, it kept on going higher. A little bit different there, because again, all these reds are within. You got to know within all these red, you're in a larger green trend right now. There you go. The only bad thing about this T, to be honest, is I say a lot shit. The only bad thing about this T is it's loose leaf tea, so there's actually like loose leaves in here. I got some jasmine tea and I got some Moroccan mint. There we are. So while this is going on, let's get that one. Trump plans to deploy 2,000 more National Guard troops to LA, Newsom says. Oh shit. So this is about 45 minutes ago. I have an X app on my computer. I did not know that. That's cool. Okay, maybe we should use this every now and again. I didn't know I had this. One of the cornerstones of our nation and our democracy is that our people are governed by civil, not military rule. Let's see. The founder should enshrine these principles. Oh no, okay, I don't care about all that type of stuff. Newsom just wants to run for president, so he's picking a fight, and then Trump wants to pick a fight with California. I guess, like, who doesn't? I guess for easier for a Republican. But yeah. Let me see. Deport. Damn, people getting hostile right now. Now, see, in what world should cops leave their cop cars like that underneath the bridge? You know what I mean? In what world does that make sense? And their tax dollars are gonna have to go to pay for that shit. Isn't that crazy? Why do they have so many rocks? Yeah, that's insane. Ice stand with ice, ice. No, damn, yeah. Tensions are flaring right now. Tensions are flaring. Ooh, it looks like we do want to pump up right here. I'll wait a second. Just because I'm with you guys, I'm not going to go off my little thing that I've been talking about as far as buy when it says buy, you know, and then just kind of sell when you feel like it's hitting an appropriate resistance level. Let's go back to the 4 here. There we go. 1 hour and 4 hour charts here. The 4 I want to back out a little bit though, so you can just kind of see that big spike and kind of level of resistance here. This is why I think it's so risky to be buying right now in theory, right? Because we're buying at a big level of resistance. Like, when you broke out above this level right over here, like this little peak, that up until this point right here, that was a prime opportunity to be day trading, right? So if I go over here to 106,817. No, where's that move? I misspoke about the actual number here. Let's see. 106,817. 106,817. Oh yeah, it is right around here. Yeah, 106,817. Okay, yeah. Right, once you're past that breakout, you get your first green signal. You see how good of a move that one had, right? But that's because it already broken out and it was heading for a level of resistance. You can even see the resistance right there. Breakout, you can buy, swing that up a little bit more. Interesting for that one though. Get out of this for now. Oddly enough, for these smaller time frames, you really don't need to use the oscillators that much, but they help you when it comes to scalping. Like I said a few seconds ago, this wasn't set up to go just yet because the MACD, and you saw how we creeped up and then we came back down. It only mattered for a few minutes of time, but you know, for somebody that wanted to just buy and see it go boom, that might have stopped you from, you know, believing that that was the case. What is all-time high? 111K. Right now, all-time high for Bitcoin is going to be, now this is Bitcoin Tether chart, so this is Bitcoin Tether, okay? $111,980. $111,980. So we're getting closer to it. Still, you know, still a little bit away, but a lot closer than we were last week, right? Waiting to see if we break down from here, or if we actually have a nice little surge. Being patient sucks. The 1 hour chart still has an hour and what? No, it has a minute left. Oh yeah, it's almost 5. And then Bitcoin 4 hour chart, 1 hour left. Oh yeah, it's all gonna be 1 hour from now. It's 5 o'clock. No, that's not bad. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aave, BNB, you hold those different types of tokens? Yeah, there's a lot of tokens out there right now to buy. I'm hoping everybody just has something right now in case we have a big spike, right? When is your triangle trend lines cross? They cross, what? 8:20 p.m. 3 hours and 20 minutes from now, basically. I usually don't anticipate us breaking out or breaking down anywhere over here. It'd be somewhere over here next hour or so. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. We're already in a big, nice consolidation here. But I'm just going off of green and red signals right now. We're making it really simple. Then as each stream goes along, we'll add different things onto it. But, you know, I want you guys to understand patterns, what's going on, you know, different trading techniques and things like that. Am I going to short Bitcoin? No, not right now. I'm only going to be doing longs right now. If I short Bitcoin, basically, it'll be if it's more of a swing trading type of thing, more of a swing trade. I think a lot of you guys could right now, if you wanted to, based off of the 4 hour chart. You see that level of resistance. You see how we already managed to have the first breakout right over here, right? And we're still humming along and with that level of resistance. That's an okay way of thinking about it right now. For me though, I'm being a little more passive because the daily chart's about to turn green here. Oh, it is green. Oh, we just had a new day start. So the MACD finally turned green. I'm a little bit more gonna wait a little bit before I actually try to short this sucker down. I don't think it's appropriate for me to be shorting at this moment in time. Oops. Based off of my signals, I use momentum to trade, so I'm a little bit different. Some people just use like basic trend lines and resistance and support levels. I get it, I like it too, but I'm more of a momentum trader, and that's the way I prefer to be trading. Zoom out a little bit more for that one. And there we go, we finally have a breakdown from that trend line here. So if you wanted to short that breakdown, you could, right? But I would have rather shorted here or here. Even there's a resistance level right there though. Yeah. But if the momentum isn't bullish, or if the momentum isn't bearish, I typically don't short, usually. So, and right now the momentum obviously is bullish. So I typically just want to wait for the greens and do some scalps in and out of those ones. If you're shorting, it's much more of a short-term scalp type of play for me. Oh. Ocean Protocol is already pushing up again over the last few minutes. Interesting. New day, and we're already seeing some big moves here. Yeah, but sometimes it's just like sitting around being bored for a minute, waiting for a trade to present itself. But I mean, there was a downtrend right there, or there's an uptrend that just broke. If you did want to short it and scalp it, yeah, it is there, right? And you can see right now in the hourly chart, we're starting to consolidate a little bit more. So if you wanted to short and you're looking for a reason to short, maybe it might be better to go to 15-minute chart. You can short if you break down below that. That's not terrible. That might be worth shorting. I'm not going to short until something like that happens, right? And this one was set back to an hour. Really should be set to 15, but I think the 5 over here is doing the 15 jobs just fine. There you go. Yeah, but hopefully that helps you understand kind of what's going on in my mind. NACR, y'all be careful when this happens. Every other week, the rug pull. YouTube just gets too bullish, then there's no videos when it just tanks. What do you call it? I stream what, Sunday through Thursdays, and well, we talked about it being bullish a few days ago on Saturday, excuse me, and we were going off of this, the 4 hour right here. Had to wait a little bit, but it did have a nice little pop right there. But I guess I'm just not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's why I always like preface a lot of stuff I say, like, hey, when you guys are asking how high I think Bitcoin's gonna go, I could be like 150,000, but like I'm usually way under where the cycle ends up, right? Like if you would have asked me where I thought Bitcoin would have went like all-time highs back during like 2022 when the FTX crash was happening, like maybe about a month after that, my answer back then was 120,000 bucks. I know I'm going to be wrong on that one. I know I'm going to be wrong because how Bitcoin's been performing so far. But I don't think it matters so much to be wrong. I mean, even the most successful traders are still wrong usually 15 to 20% of the time, right? I think it's just owning up to it. I think that's probably the big thing that traders need to do, or YouTubers need to do. I don't think it's a trading. I think it's a YouTuber thing because, again, if you lose trades, it hurts your brand. You know, and the brand, the brand's an important thing. That's why I never push meme coins on you guys and things like that. But yeah, it's just different type of ways that different channels do their things. But again, still being patient. Let me see. Well, while this is going on, then why don't we watch this video very fast? Because I do want to see what's happening here with the new Fed chair. If we are going to get a new Fed chair, I kind of want to see who it might be. You know what I mean? Hold on a second here. I need to pause the music. Still good? All right. Give me a second, guys, and here we go.
Trump says his pick for the next Fed chair will be Steve Leisman, which no, that's not true. That is not. I made that up. I think it might not. He could do worse than that.
Thank you, Joe. That's nice, I guess.
What he actually said.
How about a tandem, me and Rick? Or Rick and I guess it would.
You would cover the whole landscape there. What he actually said.
Let's hike.
Yeah. What he actually said. Well, no, you don't want to. You agree with him. There shouldn't be a cut, I think.
Well, let's see where we are.
Well, first, let me say he did not say that. I hate when I have to correct things that but he did not say he's going to pick Steve Lee. He did say that his pick for the next chair will be coming, in his words, very soon. Here with us is our Steve Leisman and Rick Santelli. And I've been pushing for this segment, like that we should do this all the time. I don't know. I
agree. I agree.
It's happening today. What do you think, Rick? Kevin Warsh is hawkish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think he'd be a great candidate. I think the president's notion about where interest rates should be doesn't necessarily dovetail with where I believe they should be. But I don't have a problem with him having an opinion. He certainly doesn't seem to be calling out the National Guard to enforce his opinion on Fed fund futures or on where the rate is. And I think Warsh is obviously a high level, very intelligent, great pick. I'm sure Steve would not disagree with that.
I think Kevin would be a good pick. I think the thing is not is he hawkish or is he dovish? The way I like to think about this is the extent to which the next Fed chair would embrace essentially what Kevin Hassett is saying. And what Kevin is saying is that if you look at the CEA forecast, we're going to have high growth and we're going to have low inflation. And that's a forecast that you can set monetary policy on. Unfortunately, this particular Fed, I don't think, is ready to embrace that. I think they're open to the possibility of it, Joe. I just don't think they're ready to take a flyer on it right now. And from an investment standpoint, if you're in that, and Rick, tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm sorry, Joe, if we end up disagreeing too much on this. I mean, that may ruin the whole concept of the thing.
I'll figure something out.
But let me get here first. Rick, if you embrace the CEA forecast, which is high growth and low inflation, the 30-year and the 10-year bonds would seem to be something you would want to take a stake in right now, because under that scenario, you could imagine those yields falling and the prices rising.
Well, first of all, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but my first issue would be that I don't ever believe in forecasts. And I think trying to tune policy to a forecast is crazy, because forecasts are rarely correct. Second thing is, I disagree with it even if that was a true forecast. Because in my opinion, considering debt levels, should the U.S. economy be doing well, even with less inflation than a worst case or medium case scenario, I still think longer dated interest rates are going to have a propensity to be aiming upward, even with that inflation issue pushed off to the side. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get back down to 2%, but I certainly do believe that energy prices are going to contribute to a potential getting inflation down to the original Fed target.
Okay, that was like nothing what I thought the video was going to be about. I think I got clickbaited by CNBC there. They did not really talk that much about the Fed in terms of what I thought they were going to be talking about at all. What you can see happening right now is Bitcoin is having that small breakdown that we talked about. We're still in this consolidation here, waiting to see what happens next. I do have this 15-minute chart open right here just so you guys can see it in a different way. I think this one, that breakdown is 109, so basically 110. This one's around a little bit less, yeah. So we're getting close to one of those levels of support right here in case some of you guys wanted to short it down, perhaps. 15 still is bullish here. I'll leave the 1 hour back on here and put this back up to the 4 hour, but you kind of see that that's still happening right now. There we go. A little bit more of a push right there. All right. And making sure Loki's not behind me when I move my chair here. There we go. All right. Well, Loki wants another treat. You want another treat? Yep. Yep. All right, there we go. And move something over here. Move my audio back down to 30%, and then I can turn the music up a little bit while also taking my headphones off. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. What do you call it? From what I understand, this is probably going to take a lot more. I don't know how I would do this. No, I won't do that yet. What I'm noticing just from doing this for the second day in a row, we kind of do have to wait a while between even the 1 minute changes, or like even the 5 minute changes, right? Some of these times it takes forever for a new shift to happen, which means we're not going to be trading all the time. And when we're not trading all the time like that, I wonder how do I want to position the stream, right? I think what I want to do is, let me go over here to Chat GPT very fast. Actually, let's do this here. I'm gonna put it back in here. I run a YouTube channel and want to structure my streams for good AVD and good engagement. Right? It will be 1 hour long of anything of Bitcoin, TA, crypto news, questions, Q and A, and other stuff you think would be good, like world events, like LA stuff, like, right? Then the last 2 hours will be straight day trading, right? How can I structure the stream to work like that while making sure people watch and people comment while watching? We'll see. Yeah, I have trouble with this right now, and I'm not entirely sure how to do this, right? So the first 3 minutes are an intro hook. Let me go check a Bitcoin very fast. Still coming down here. Not breaking down, but close, I would say. There we go. 3 minutes to 50 minutes, Bitcoin technical analysis. 15 to 25 minutes, altcoin on market-wide TA. That could be interesting, right? Altcoins, that could be like answering you guys' questions and things like that. 25 to 35, crypto news of the day. See, I might move the crypto news of the day ahead of the Bitcoin technical analysis. World events, then have the Bitcoin, then world events, then the altcoin. But maybe that's just me and my ADHD saying let's go back and forth and freaking swing all the way, all around, right? 45 minutes to 55 minutes Q&A and viewer shoutouts. Set it for live trading block, and then 2 hours, 2 or 3 live trading, right? Vote live in the poll, subscribe to trading. Okay, so that's fine. Let me try this. Is it better to do Bitcoin TA first or the news first? Let me see what it says. Most of you guys click for price action. Okay. Algorithm boost. Okay, so, okay, that's fine. We'll do it that way then. Ideal flow, Bitcoin TA, altcoin TA, crypto news, world events, and then Q&A. And then we go up to trading. That should work out pretty well for us, I think. That'll be the new schedule once I get it figured out. Once I remember it, right? Once I remember it. I'll hook this up very fast. There we are. Now that we get out of here very fast, because that was a pain in the ass. Let's see. Marine support's coming down a little bit here. Ashanti and Roman Anthony, no. Might as well talk about this then. RFK files an entire CDC vaccine panel to restore trust. Let's see. Breaking: RFK has filed all 17 members of the CDC's vaccine advisory panel. This committee has shaped decades of one-sided pharma-driven vaccine policy. RFK calls it a clean sweep to reestablish public trust in vaccine science. Just so you guys know, anything I read, I don't know if it's true or not. YouTube will cancel my channel if I pretend like something like this is true, even if it is true, right? So just so you guys know, right? Interesting. Moves to restore public trust in vaccines. Oh, it's opinion. They got opinions on that? Wow. He's making moves. He is making some moves here. No, it even looks like LA has calmed down a little bit right now as well. There we go. All right, still waiting on those moves. And hey, Aaron, if the trading will be Bitcoin, then I think the stream will, with Bitcoin TA, identifying what you're looking for the end of the stream trading, then do the news, etc., giving charts time to move. I think that should work out pretty well. It's just that, like I said before, right? At the beginning of the stream, you could see there was a clear little trend line here, trend line there, and we started right over here, right? You know the way I trade, I want to go long in these circumstances and not short, right? Now I could have shorted that right here, fine, but normally if you short in a big move like this, it doesn't necessarily like work out too well for you, right? It doesn't work. Like, more times than not, you're going to lose. Where if you go long, at least you have a good opportunity of making money, even if it's temporarily, right? Like a good little swing to it when it's upward trend, right? So maybe I'll just reinforce that each time, or maybe once or twice a week I'll reinforce that message, and maybe that sounds like actually a good way to do it. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. To keep that in mind, though, I should have to take a note of it. And you said identify what looking for and show it throughout duration of stream. There we go. All right. Yeah, because I used to have a better one, and it used to be because my teleprompter was lit up. Right now, for some reason, if I go over here and I open up my teleprompter, I've got a camera hub, right? The teleprompter is not even showing up, even though it's plugged in. So it like turns on for a second when I start my computer, and then it doesn't do anything. So I don't know what the heck is going on with it. Of course, the camera is on my streaming software, so you guys can't see me on this one. But yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with it. It's very weird. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. There we are. And also, I wanted to stand up, but now that I got plantar fasciitis, I ain't standing up with shit unless I'm like going out to do something, right? What I kind of want to do though is I want to move my camera down a little bit. My camera like is like that high compared to where I'm at right now, like that high. Maybe I should make it more face down too. But I don't think that's the biggest problem I have right now. My thing is just like keeping track of what I'm saying and keeping an order, not repeating myself so much. Because I know it's been an issue since I started my YouTube channel in the first place. I'd probably contribute that to a large portion of my lack of growth. Like I've been getting subscribers and stuff like that. I think I can go over here and go over to like live count, right? My subscribers are going up. You go over to like the last 365 days, my subscribers are definitely going up. I've had some big pops in here every now and again, right? But it's more of just like personally like disciplining myself, which I think I need medication for that, honestly. But I got some medication. Let me see if I'll take it. I'll take it tomorrow. I'll take my medication tomorrow and see how that works out with me. Hopefully it's okay on an empty stomach, right? But we'll see. Oh, damn. Tea is bitter. I don't know if I steeped it too hot. So far above my head, you can see me moving to do some stuff here. It's pretty darn untrend now because Bitcoin hasn't done anything in the last few minutes. Let's go right there. I think that works out fine for us here. Like, we've been consolidating since the stream, right? Like 4 o'clock. An hour and 19 minutes waiting for a green, and we haven't had it yet. Oh, brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. But I guess if there was a green anywhere over here, it might have ended up being a bad trade anyway. Remember, I told you guys the 5-minute wasn't ready? You can see how the 5-minute kind of helped us not make a false trade when it was breaking out right there. Even if it was a slight breakout. Let me see. Maybe what I should do is I should go over here and I should go over to Bitcoin live trading. Like, here's a trader out there, Kevin Swinson, crypto, Blowfin partner. He's doing some trading right now. 4x, that's 4x though. That's Bitcoin live. That's not trading. That's just, you know, Bitcoin live Chaz. She's a really chill guy. I don't even think there's many people live right now. 4x. Target hit, that's different type of trading. What does target hit say here? Oh, sorry, hold on. I forgot I'm not on my main account, so what happens is I gotta watch ads. I don't watch ads. Ads are weird. So he has some Ethereum shorts open, it looks like right now, right? They're all down quite a bit. Except for the Sui one is doing okay, but that's 9x leverage. Oh, he's down 300% on the Ethereum short? Yeah. Big liquidity here, so he's expecting a dump. That makes sense. It's hard to say because so much of this gets added in later on. Liquidity there, big level of resistance here. Yeah, why did he short right? See, this is my thing. Why did he short over here, knowing that the momentum was still so strong? He's probably not trading with real money. Oh, let's see. Yeah, if you're going to short the breakout because the momentum hasn't shifted all the way. But even still, this is such a dangerous place to short because of how everything is going right now. I don't know. But a lot of people have more larger cojones than I do, I would say, right? Let me go back over and let me just go over to not incognito, so you guys can see what Bitcoin's doing as it consolidates. Bitcoin live trading, not signals, just trading. I want to see where that guy went. Let's see. Oh, I think the guy ended the stream because he's not showing up anymore on my streams. There you go. Yeah, maybe we should change some of the SEO here. But again, like I said earlier, you know, we are in a continuation pattern. We are consolidating. In theory, we should continue to break out here and have a stronger move. I'm just waiting for a nice little change of character to get me excited about that, plus a breakout. But the 5 minute, I don't like the way this looks anymore. Let me go back over here and move this chart to forward again. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Heck. There we go. Oh, we honestly had a red change of character? That's interesting. Well, that's not a good warning right here. There we go. We'll wait and see how that picks itself up. Yeah, I wanted to see how that one guy was trading, because that's interesting as well. Everybody has their own strategy, which is what I love about traders. Like, my strategy is not going to be your strategy. Your strategy is not going to be anybody else's in this room's, you know, trading strategy. Everybody's different. Let's see. Oh, something. Let's see. No. Hold on. While waiting for this to go up a little bit more. And then there we go. Let's see. Where's this one? So zoomed out. There you go. Let's see. Forward. Let's see. Dashboard. Trying to find something very fast, but I'm not having much luck. I'm looking at this breakout here. That looks pretty promising. There we go. That is what it's at. There we go. So I saw my Dogecoin live stream was having an issue, so I wanted to go fix it very fast because it was glitched out a little bit. Let's see if that fixes it. There we go. Okay. And replace that very fast. Stations. I'm really waiting to see if we have a breakout there. I don't know if we are going to have one just yet. There we go. And let's bookmark bar. There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right, perfect. Sorry about that. Still not green yet, which is kind of surprising to me, but I guess we'll trust the software there. The 5 says this is red right here too, which is interesting, but we'll wait a couple seconds. And hey, Villa, happy to see my man. And hey, Waldo, do I own a whole Bitcoin? I own about 14 Bitcoin at this point in my life. I've been buying them up for a while. It's been very good, I guess, to hold on to them. Why? Interesting. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I own about 14 Bitcoin, maybe a little bit over 14, but not 15 just yet. I've been holding on to them for a while. But again, like my average was nowhere near where we are now. My average was like in the thousands and tens of thousands, like $20,000, $30,000, stuff like that. But yeah, so I hold quite a bit. If I wouldn't say crazy amount, but you know, with Bitcoin at 110,000, now it's a lot. You know, back in the day, it wasn't really necessarily that much. Check out the Crypto Cypher stream. Let me check out Crypto Cypher. Do I know Crypto Cypher? I know Market Cypher. He's a smaller channel. He hasn't put out a video in 8 years. You sure it's Crypto Cypher? No, I don't know. The Cypher? Crypto, I don't know. Crypto Cypher. I totally misspelled Cypher though, but oh, you spelled Cypher a different way. You spell it S-Y-P. I think that makes you a millionaire. Yeah, if only I could really do stuff with it though, like 197,000 support held all time within reach. Let me see. Freaking, I keep on forgetting I'm on this one. The only thing is I don't think about selling it. I think of that as being a part of my retirement, if that makes sense, right? So he's doing, oh, he's looking at the same exact fucking thing I am. He just has some extra levels of volume flow on there, right? And he has market cap dominance on there on the side hidden away. I like how at least we're looking at the same type of thing, right? I don't know if he has a trade open right now, though. Yeah, I don't know if he has a trade open right now. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. See, so many small creators. I wish more of them would go to the big Vegas trips and stuff like that, or the big Bitcoin conferences. It's always nice to meet a few of them. Like this week on Friday, I think I'm joining 2 separate live streams. The first one is going to be on Friday. I'm going to be doing some stuff with the TradeFly. This guy, he's a streamer. got 100 views on his last stream. Good guy, awesome guy. Has 1.59 thousand subscribers. I met him in Vegas. I'm like, dude, want to collab? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's talk. Let's have a good time. He's a really great guy to meet in person. Met him over at the Palazzo Venetian area. And then you get the other one, which I'm doing. This is one that you guys will vibe with, I believe. I got to go over here to my Telegram because I don't actually know what it's called. As we kind of watch and wait. Let me go to a wild. I believe it's this one here, Discourse Syndicate. And this is it. Yeah, this is good for 612. Yeah, burning all the Rojas Roundup cigars, crypto, and conversation. So yeah, I gotta find a Rojas cigar though. Let me see Rojas cigars. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's Rojas cigars. Yeah, but this is again a smaller channel. Oh, did I just get there? It is 11,000 subscribers, few hundred views. You know, just chill conversation while talking about cryptocurrency. You know, so I'll be doing this one too. I don't care how small the people are. If they want to freaking collaborate, I'm gonna do it because I don't even think of myself as a large influencer, right? I think of myself as still a small one. Because my views, not subscribers, but my views are usually small. Now that being said, I do have a presence out there where I talk to a lot of the big dogs, right? But like, it's different, right? I can get into exclusive parties, I can talk, but that's because I'm a networker. I'm a marketing guy by trade, so I know how to network, I know how to talk, I know how to just have people, like let people have a good time. It doesn't always have to be about business and stuff. Sometimes it's just about chilling and smoking a cigar. And that's typically what I do, is I chill and I smoke cigars, right? And then, let me see. Let's see. There's another one here. This one's from Cultivate Crypto. I may go on here eventually. Cultivate Crypto. This one I haven't done. This was during Vegas though. This was the Bitcoin conference recap. It was a big stream of theirs. But yeah, so it is what it is. I like doing them. You're on 14 Bitcoin. I know that's not your whole portfolio. I've watched you for many years. You've done very well. Great job, Mike. Keep it up. I appreciate it. It's just fine. This is the last treat I got on the table, though. Here you go. Okay, here you go. Good boy. Yep. I don't know. It's just more of a grind. Remember, my whole thing was like make money, make money, make money. I used to like kind of wait for people to help me out, and I just realized it doesn't really work like that. So I tried to dig myself out a lot of holes growing up, and then I was like, you know what, maybe I don't need to go on this vacation at this point in time or do all this fun stuff at this time. Maybe I should just invest it. And remember, I made a lot of money back in 2021. A lot of that went to Bitcoin as it was crashing. A lot of that money I made went to Bitcoin was crashing. So but that's why, you know, trading is always a nice way to make an income. But yeah, Bitcoin's been very good to me. Oh, I'm just hoping it hits $1 million or some shit. That's when I get really happy. That's when I sell a whole Bitcoin and do something stupid with it. But that's $1 million, right? We'll see what happens. Got Fable Anniversary downloaded yesterday on stream. Ooh, nice, dude. I haven't been playing as many games. I've been trying to play a game, Crusader Kings 3. But I think it's happening with all my Paradox games right now. This computer is so fast that I think it's freaking out the software from some of those games, the Paradox games, because it works very well if you do 1 speed, 2 speed, 3 speed. But as soon as you do 4 speed, where it's like maxed out, my CPU barely glitches or barely does anything when it's maxed. It barely goes up. My GPU barely goes up, right? And it just goes so fast that I think the game just crashes because it has to make all those decisions so fast. And I don't think it's meant to go that fast. So that's pretty interesting. I cannot believe this entire stream has been a sideways chart. And what ticks me off even more is, you guys remember we did a 5 minute one on Saturday, yeah. What was that one at? This has changed. No, we were doing a 1 minute. We weren't doing a 5 minute thing. That's what it was. Yeah, we're doing 1 minute. Okay. So this changed again. Remember, this thing changed. We talked about this in real time. We bought right here and sold right here for like the tiniest of profits because of the fees and stuff like that. We wanted to sell right here, but I accidentally hit the close button. But then we opened up another trade right up here. And I was telling you guys, we're going to do a small amount of money because we're at a big level of resistance and we don't know if we're going to break down below this trend line here. And what I told you guys was, hey, because of the way the momentum is shifted on the 4-hour chart, even if you guys wanted to, like, you don't have to have a stop loss because eventually this should take you back up and have a breakout. Now, it went down a little bit before that big breakout. Still, that breakout actually happened. Then we had the really big breakout that we're talking about right now. But I was mad that it all happened afterwards, right? But that's okay. What I'm excited about now is basically, so from now on, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm gonna be streaming with you guys. I'm gonna try to do every night from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The only issue is every now and again, my sister will be in town and she wants to go to dinner with my grandparents. I will stream earlier in the day or later on in the night, but I will stream. I'll have to do that type of stuff, right? So life will get in the way. But for now, like right now, my friend was like, hey man, I'm heading up to Seattle. What did he say? Oh, Loki's flea and tick medication arrived at the door. Gotta get that later on. He's almost due for it. My friend says, hey, I'm heading up to a cigar lounge. Some guy that we know bought some brisket and Wagyu meat, and somebody says they're gonna have a cookout at 6 o'clock. So he's gonna head down there close to 6, right? Well, I'm streaming with you guys until 7. I'm missing the cookout, but I like streaming with you guys, right? But you know, this is the thing I gotta do because I really want to grow this channel really well. And I know there's going to become a point where it's harder for me to talk to you guys like this every now and again, right? So that's why what I want to do is eventually when I get my channel monetization back, I'm going to try to gift everybody in here that's here on a regular basis. I'm going to try to gift them a membership to be in the member streams where maybe on the day off where normally I take, you know, Fridays and Saturdays off, maybe we have a Saturday stream for 2 hours every Saturday midday or sometime during that day, right? I'll tell you like a week in advance when I have my schedule set. And then from there we just chill and do some trades or just talk more, I guess. You know, I don't want to lose that type of thing when I become larger like it was back in 2021. That was chaotic, very chaotic. Let me see. Push this around a little bit. Make sure. I'll do that a little bit later. Okay, perfect. I'm not worth the brisket, bro. Yeah, having FOMO on Ethereum. DCA versus buying in a bear market for investing, and can you make a living with only technical analysis? I mean, you get dividends involved. You can make some good money. I have other like little side hustles I do, but they've kind of sprouted out as me being a YouTuber, which has been kind of weird. So I'm like an advisor with a couple companies, so that pays okay. But I make most of my money trading. And the thing about trading is you don't, like, once you have a certain amount of capital established, if you trade off of that capital, you know, if I have $10,000, right? And I'm trading with $500, okay? Technically to have an okay living, I'm not talking about great, just okay living, you'd probably want to make about $300 a day off of that 10,000, right? So theoretically what you could do is you could do 100x, this is more advanced stuff, but you could do 100x long, right? With a $300 trade, wait for it to hit 100% profit, take your $300, right? And that's your money for the day. Now, of course, it's more complicated, all that type of stuff. You lose some, you win, stuff like that. But, you know, $300 is usually what most people need. Now, if you're talking about me out here in Seattle, I comfortably want to make about $500 a day. in order to live a comfortable lifestyle. I make a little bit more than that, but some weeks I don't make any money. Some weeks I'm just horrible and I don't make any money. Other weeks I'm fantastic. It just, you know, you want to like get a good amount of money. Like, yeah, it just depends. It really just depends. Oh, but as far as DCA versus buying in a bear market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, you buy those in a bear market. Altcoins do dollar cost average into those suckers. So easiest way to buy, in my opinion, is that's fine. And go to the weekly chart. This is the Bitcoin 100 weekly moving average. If you dollar cost average heavily into Bitcoin week after week when it's down below these levels, you're usually happy in the long run. Again, now this one was set at 33,000 bucks over here during this start of the crash. I started buying around $26,000, $24,000, right? So I started buying around here. It went down a lot lower, a lot lower. I was not anticipating all the exchanges going down, honestly, but went a lot lower. And I was buying. My average right now in this cycle is kind of around 22,000 bucks. Not even down here like the 15,000. No, 22,000. Shit, you back up now, you know, 22,000. I'm up like 400% for just a few years. That's not bad, right? And on top of that, you could put it into an earn. I don't put them in earn programs, but you can put them into earn programs. There's a lot of ways you can make money off that Bitcoin, right? Back over to the 200. But yeah. Buy below the 150 or the 100 weekly moving averages, great opportunities. We're just not below them too often. It's like in a crisis moment, so usually during those times something is going on in the world, you know, like this was the inflation crisis where Jerome Powell, transitory crisis, whatever you want to call it, COVID crisis, right? Back over here in 2018, I don't think they go back that anymore unless I pay, but let me see, trading, economics, Fed fund, Fed rate, 10 years. Yeah, in 2018 over here, they started to spike interest rates up. That kind of killed the vibe, right? In 2019, you can see right here, they were lowering them down again. Well, guess what? In 2019, we started to go up again. So interest rates really fuck with cryptocurrencies a lot. And of course, through all the glory days we had back over there, you can see we were pretty much flat for that entire time. But as soon as March 16th, 2020 came along, March 16th, 2020, and again, we were talking about interest rates over here, but March 16th was right here, right there. Right, oh, right during this week, actually, right here. Kind of peak area. Celsius goes down, Voyager goes down, you know, all these exchanges go down. It was horrible time. It was horrible time. But yeah, different ways of going about it. May need to detune some of your video card settings. Most likely the video card drivers don't like your game. Yeah, that could be it. I know when I get my NVIDIA stuff over here, I think there's an NVIDIA control panel. No, there's an NVIDIA gaming panel, NVIDIA app. Here we go. I know it registers my game. Oh, it's updating stuff, whatever. But yeah, it says it knows my game, but I just don't know. Cool. Do I got a driver update I gotta do? Nope, I got everything's up to date. Yeah, it has some of the games, right? Crusader Kings 3. Performance quality. Maybe I should just go for performance, right? Get rid of all the bloom and stuff. No. It works. This game can handle it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's just annoying. And don't worry, Joseph. I'm starting a fast here pretty soon, so I won't even be eating too much. I've had a talk with my doctor about it, and I got all these pills together. And like all the water, some salt, and all that type of stuff. So I'm gonna do some fasting every now and again, and see how that goes. I just gotta make sure to hydrate a lot, and that's something I've been well, I was doing it up until Vegas, and Vegas pretty much dehydrated me at like 100 plus temperature. God, I was dying. But yeah, I gotta do some fasting. I'm down since I started weight loss a while ago, I am down. Let me check my app. I'm down about 13 pounds. 13 pounds. That's good, but it's not as much as I want to, so I think I need to do some fasting to help out. Just, you know, I'm not that disciplined as far as eating always healthy food, right? I've cut out the sugar, but sometimes when I'm out, maybe I'll have, my friend's like, oh man, you want to go to breakfast or something like that? I'm like, ah, sure, why not? Instead of getting the salad or some shit, I get like, oh yeah, let me get the biscuits and gravy. Straight carbs, you know, right? Not the best. NA money, power, respect, crypto, 114, 115 all-time high. Oh, you want it to go up that much? That'd be pretty nice too. I'd be happy with something like that though. Like part of me, you know, I've been scaling out of my long-term Bitcoin holdings for a minute. Not my long retirement ones, but like the stuff we bought back in 2022. I'm wondering if I should do another scale out right now. But if I do that, I'll be close to pushing like 30% of the crypto I bought at 20,000, 22,000. I'll be close to being like 30% out and only having 70% left. I'm kind of wondering if I should hold on a little bit longer. Right on, man. Hope it continues to go good for you. Yeah, I'm just happy I'm losing weight. That's the thing. I'm just happy I'm losing weight at this point. But right now, I'm more stressed about this YouTube channel. I cannot wait until July, because July I get to try to get my channel back again, as far as, you know, being monetized, so I can start earning money off of it. And then what I want to do is I want to like see money over here, so I'm actually making something. And then from that, like if I wasn't making money trading, I probably would be working at McDonald's now by losing my YouTube income, if that makes sense, right? But what I want to do is use this and spend all that money on a really high quality editor. I have an editor right now, and I'm going to give him a video to do this weekend, but it's going to be a general news video, and I'm not entirely sure how that's going to play out, but I'm just going to toss him $50 every video, $50 every video, and see how that works out. And then I'm going to use 11 Labs to like not use my voice but AI, because I can't read properly because of my ADHD. There's too many ooh, you know, and I have trouble with my R's and stuff like that. So I'm going to make an AI copy, a clone of my voice, use the AI clone to sound like me, I guess you would say. Send it over to him. He'll put a video together that's like 3 minutes, like 5 minutes long. I think that's what we determined, 5 minutes long, and then see where it goes. So I'm excited for that. And then Knoxville, happy to see you, my man. Biscuits and gravy is soul food. I know. Now, granted, I haven't done it since Vegas when I was like calorie deprived, because I did nothing but like eat little appetizers and stuff. But remember I showed you that photo. Maybe I can go over here. Oops, I can show you that photo from. Yeah, this one from my drive, right? Biscuits and gravy. I told you I don't like the green peppers. I don't like bell peppers at all. Potatoes, ketchup, eggs. There was some catfish bites, some Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, that was the sweetest thing I had in freaking forever. It was so good. I felt like a kid again, being able to have a sweet drink. Right? Feeling freaking food. Very filling. I even had a chicken drumstick on the side. I could barely eat hardly any of this because of how my stomach is shrink so much, you know, or the interior stomach, not obviously not my big stomach right here. But yeah, I mean, it was delicious though. It was absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. But again, I was walking around everywhere. I was tired all the time. I was doing so much shit. Like, oh no, this isn't a good picture. There's one where I'm with, I guess I got deleted, or I didn't put it up here. No. Wikipedia. Oh, well, whatever. There's one where I was with George. You can see like all how much walking you had to do in that place. It was insane. I think I was doing like 35,000 steps a day, and that's with like plantar fasciitis. Luckily, I have some like special shoes, like, so I felt nothing. But like I was still walking. It was still affecting stuff, and my ankle is not completely healed up. My ankle's still popping and whatnot when I walk, or when I roll it, when I do my exercises and stuff. That was zinc. Oh, it was delicious. I don't like bell peppers, like I said, but besides that, God, it was hot, delicious. Everything was really nice. Hey, boy. Hey, Money Power Respect Crypto. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming, so more people have the opportunity to see me from that 4 o'clock hour to that 7 o'clock hour, which is going to be pretty fun. And then, you know, things kind of rotate on. I'll get more of a larger audience. And then what I like, though, is like, so basically after the stream is done, I'm going to go live at 4 o'clock. I'm going to set up a new stream for 4 o'clock tomorrow. That way, guys, if you want to, you guys will be able to see, oh, yeah, let me put a notification on that or something like that, right? That type of stuff works out very well. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Yeah. See, he wants to jump on me, but he won't do it without a toy. I don't know why, but that's just the way he is. But again, this is going to be the downside of this type of stuff. Come on. Yeah. Come on. See? Toy. Yum. Yeah. Yeah. But see, there's going to be times where I don't like this at all. Maybe the 4... I don't know the best way to do that because, like, in theory, I'm not going to do this because I like being able to stay up late. I really do enjoy just the decompressing part of it all and not having to go to bed like at 9 o'clock at night or something like that. In theory, if I wanted to have the most fun trades with you guys, I would stream Monday through Friday from about 5:30 in the morning to about 8:30. So that's 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. Yeah, 7:30, 8:30. Yeah. So I would stream 3 hours in the morning. And what that would typically do for me is give me the big moves. I'm about to lose my shit. Right, during New York time. Right, so at this point, you already know we broke out. We're in an uptrend at this point. You're not really going to be taking these shorts. Even though you can, you're not going to be. You're going to be looking for longs, right? In this circumstance, you lose right here on that first long. The second long of the day, that's where you make your money. It overtakes that loss because your stop loss is right there if you're buying right there. And then last trade of the day would be 9:30 right here. You're in a choppy phase, as you guys can see. You have your stop loss set to right here. Your price target up here somewhere where you can go to that top of that top. Me being me, I go here. You buy, no stop loss hit, you sell, and that's the trade for the day. You got 2 trades out of that. First one here to here, that could be around 0.25%. You can go higher if you want to, but sometimes, like I said, I don't get the top that often. I mean, people assume you always at the top, but it's not always that easy, especially if you're scalping. So that's 0.25%, right? And so that's like, what, if I'm at 50x leverage, that's like 12% profit, right? Let me double check that. I have a 50x leverage position and the price goes up 0.25%. What percent profit did I make? Oh my God, I see. I do know math. Damn. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was actually accurate. So it's 12.5% profit, and let me go back over there, and let's say I had. And let's say my position was $500. How much did I make from that 12.5%? So I made $62 off that move, right? And again, this is realistically what, like, you could imagine yourself putting in there. $500, even $100. $100 is still money. Like I said, you may start off with a small account, but if you keep on trading and don't pull money out, this thing freaking grows on you, and it grows quite fast if you're doing it appropriate, right? And then now for the next trade, this one right here, and you sell right here. That's 0.10, right? And then stream structure. There we go. Now another $500 50x trade with only, what did I say that was? Right there. 0.10, yeah. Point 10% profit. How much? I made 25 bucks off that trade, okay? Now that's not a lot, trust me, I know, but that's 25 bucks. And you get this one over here for the last trade of the day. No, that's, oh, this was the last trade of the day over here. Yeah, that was last trade of the day at 9:30, right? And you can say that maybe you lost this trade right here, and then you lost 0.2 and had a loss trade of 0.2. So that's loss of $50 in that trade. So overall from that day, what is that? 25 plus 62. Oh God, let's just say that's see, now my math is really bad. 87.25 minus 50. So I made like 30 bucks. Again, that's assuming you lost that first trade. It's fine. You made a profit for that day. The issue is, well, I guess you could always go higher leverage, but like you really have to build on top of it. You really have to build on top of that one. That's realistically what you might have on your trading day. Maybe you don't buy this. Maybe there was something happening at market open that means like, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have taken this long here. But again, what would that might have been? We don't know because we weren't there in real time. Oh, momentum. Yeah, momentum was bearish in the 5 minutes. So you wouldn't have even taken that loss trade in the first place. In fact, you probably wouldn't have even taken most of these trades throughout the day here. That has a weird little red thing though here. I mean, once it went green, but that looks a little bit icky the way that's kind of set up. Yeah, but again, we wouldn't have even made any of those trades in that morning. So, kind of why it's important to be there at real time. There we go. Get out of Tokyo time very fast. So many little variables, so many freaking little variables, but I think they all matter. I think they all matter in real time, right? And hey, Bill, salute. I know it's been an interesting time. I just can't wait for this stream to can't wait for me to get my monetization back. I think that monetization affects how many of you guys get the notifications when I go live, because I have had a few friends at the lounge subscribe to me, and they've been waiting for notifications for me to go live, and they like only just subscribed, but they haven't got any notifications on their phone, which is really interesting. So I know some of you guys get them, some of you guys don't, but I'm hoping by going live at 4 o'clock Sunday through Thursday that you guys know that I'm going to be there, and I'll put out content and stuff like that on Friday and Saturday and still, but you know, I want to be making videos and then be able to go do the live streams. How much is stop loss? When I'm scalping, I'm usually just doing a trough as my stop loss. So if I bought this mini change of character right there, this is a many one, trust me, that's why it's not turning green here. If I'm opening along at this breakout right here, my stop loss is basically right there. If I'm buying this breakout right here, my stop loss is right there. That's typically how it works. If I'm shorting right here, my stop loss is right there. Just like if you're shorting this breakdown right here, your stop loss is right there. You can short right here, stop loss there. You know, that's my easy method to doing it. But that's because this is a scalping technique. You're not really supposed to be in here for that long of a period of time, right? If you are, something's usually wrong. Unless you're holding on for a longer type of trade. This one's getting kind of janky here. So right now, this is talking more about shorting. So let's just follow the 5 minute one for a second and see if we can do it. It didn't even hit the stop loss of this one. So if you shorted right here, you didn't technically hit the stop loss. Let me see. High 110,311. Nope, 110,313. It never hit the stop loss here. So in theory, what we could do is I don't want to trade Snabubu or whatever the heck that was. Like you can open up a short, right? And then we can kind of watch it happen. Now I'm just opening this short just because, I need something to do at this point. And we're in a red on the 5 minute here. The 1 minute is still red, so, you know. We got this one. You go over here very fast, and then that new chat. That should be fine right here. All right, and you kind of follow it along and see where it goes, because we are breaking down off this smaller trend line right here. Typically speaking, if I'm like, oh, where do I want to sell this position? I guess there's different ways of looking at it. If you're scalping, you can go off of this one right here. This is more of a rigorous one, I would say. Right, you can see bounce, kind of bounce, kind of bounce. I'm a little bit off because I guess I didn't really drop it properly, but still, you can kind of see that move. Or you can try to go off of something like this where it's like a peak. There you go. We're breaking down below that, maybe down here towards 109,580. Me, because I like those stronger support levels, I might go over to the 5. Oh, we're kind of actually at a support level here. On this particular one, let me see. As a scalper, I would take whatever little profit I had and I would sell right there. But again, we'll see. And then pull this back, like I said, pull it out. And I might say, hey, maybe we'll wick down to 109,782. I'd look to sell over here because I'm trying to get in and out fast. Or I'd be looking at something over here as an opportunity to get out. There we go. But on the 1 minute chart, it looks kind of funky, doesn't it? It doesn't look as nice and crisp and clean as far as those support and resistance levels. There you go. Make sure you guys can actually see what's going on. We've been streaming so long that now it used to be like this. Now we gotta like look at the whole thing. Right? But we're down a little bit on this trade. Yeah, we're down up 0.2% right now, but we're down $5.70 just off of fees, right? But again, this is a higher risk position, so I'm not really adding too much money. It's a $200 position. I'll survive, right? And then maybe we're going to be responsible here. We can have a target price of 109,760. A profit of 2.62%. Again, not really the best here. Estimated profit be $4. Well, we can't do that because the fees alone are $5. So I don't like shorting at these bottom pieces here. We'll just let it sit for a second and see where it goes. This turns into more of a day swing trade where we're hoping for it to come well down below like 109,600 or something like that. But I think for now, let's place a stop loss at 109,953. 109,153. 30% loss. Why is it saying that? Oh, 953. There you go. Yeah, lose $11 off that trade. That's fine. 6%. Confirm. There you go. Gotta wait and see if we actually break out or something like that now. There you go. In reality, you don't want to have a stop loss here. You want to have a stop loss all the way up here, but it is what it is right now. Let me see. How to know when this indicator works perfectly? Because the smart money concept indicator shows self-order blocks, but Bitcoin pricing it gave respect and price goes the whip upside. I would say that's where I start doing my momentum plays, where I start looking at the oscillators like the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI, and I want to make sure they're in a good spot. Like right now, I opened up a short specifically because I was bored and I just wanted something to do. At the beginning of the stream, I said I probably wasn't going to do any shorting because we're in a continuation pattern and more likely than not, we'd probably go upwards. But right now we've been consolidating enough where I'm like willing to give it a shot to see if Bitcoin can get pushed down just a little bit here because the new day we wick down a little bit more before trying to go back up, if that makes sense. But I usually go off of momentum. So right now I believe The weekly charts are bullish. That's great to see. Good. The daily charts just became bullish today, which means they're not confirmed bullish, which means we can still have a bad day here. But the stochastic and RSI are bullish, so I'm still happy with where everything's going. I think this could give us choppiness for a while, but I'm still happy with it. Maybe we have another big breakout tomorrow. But generally speaking, the change of character is bullish. Stochastic, RSI bullish, so 3 out of 4 bullish. The 4-hour chart, bullish, and bullish on the change of character. 3 hours, all the same things, bullish. 2 hours, bullish, and bullish. 1 hour is bullish, and bullish. 3 out of 4. 30 minutes is bearish on the shorter time frame here, and bullish on there. So 3 out of 4 on the bearish side, 1 out of 4 on the bullish side. Let me say that. The 15-minute chart here is bearish. This is where you might expect to see something more of a breakdown below the 20 moving average here. Usually when we break down below this, it is a little bit more of a volatile moment, which means we can probably scalp our way in and out, which can be pretty fun. So maybe that's probably what I'm going to try to do right now. And then the 5-minute chart, of course, you see bearish. So shorter term, you're looking a little bit more bearish here, right? And seeing what bounce a little bit there. And stop loss is right there. We'll see if it actually hits the stop loss. Oh. I didn't mean to put it there. I should put my. I'll just eyeball it. My stop loss should be right there, not right here wherever I had it in the middle zone. But we're up 0.8% right now. It's not a lot at all. Why is this like this though? Oh no, that's just my eyes playing tricks on me because there's a grid on this one. I could just turn them off, but I just make them black. But yeah, because typically, again, all those bullish momentums are still good for the long term here. It's the short term when we're scalping that we got to be a little bit more concerned about what's happening right now. Why do I think the 4 hour is bullish when the RSI is sky high? Let me go back over to the 4 hour chart. And probably best to go towards here, probably, maybe. Why? Oh God, I was hitting refresh. Okay, I'll worry about that a little bit later. Shrinky. So right here, the RSI was sky high, all right? Still did just fine by itself. Now we had some bearish divergence here, right? And that's where you saw the pop come down. But, you know, RSI is lagging a little bit, right? So let's wait to see if it come back up again. The sky high right here, right? Then you might see a little bit more of a pullback, right? A little bit more right there. But typically speaking, you can be in the high RSI range for a while and it keeps on going higher and higher and higher. You know, I just try to see where that next breakout opportunity is and what's happening. Maybe another example over here is select bar randomly over here before that big spike that happened. Oh, auto, Jesus. All right, had some bearish moves right there with divergence. That was pretty helpful to see. See how we were bearish, really bearish right here on the RSI, and it kept on coming down afterwards. It's not, you know, it's not 100% perfect right there. There's also some news and stuff like that, which also matters, I guess you would say. Excuse me. Really high on the RSI. A little bit of a drag down here once the crossover occurs. So the crossover happened before the drop actually happened, which is kind of nice to see. And you see we're really bearish over here and still coming down. You know, it's not always the best use. So I use it amongst a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Trying to wait for another big pop that happens. So we got pretty bearish, or something pretty bullish right there, or bearish on overbought. Excuse me. Jeez, my lingo's all over the place right now, right? So even when we overbought right here, it didn't really necessarily crash. It just kind of went down for a little bit, still moving higher and higher, right? So it's not a perfect indicator, but it is one that I do use, of course. And my stochastic is custom. It's a custom set when I put my own settings in there. Coming down a little bit right now, rolling off. Up 1% or $2. Maybe if we make 10 bucks profit, 11 bucks profit, I'll just sell, take my money and leave. I still don't like shorting at these levels, to be honest. I don't like doing that. We got a breakdown right there. We'll get rid of this type of stuff too, because we had to readjust it anyway. It's the top one now, since it didn't work out. There you go. But again, we only talked about this in terms of, why is this off? Oh, I don't have it set here, okay. In terms of maybe what happens if it decides to break down below the 20. Looking at this, you know, after I made the trade, I'm like, okay, we'll see how this works out here. Fall in, those support levels, we might try to bounce here for a few seconds. Hopefully we'll be able to break down so I can make some money off this trade. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it. Look at the 1 second chart. Tick by tick, that's basically our problem right now. And for a shorter, we just want to see this get broken down. Once we break this down, the next 5 minutes is probably where we're going to try to sell the position, right? It may go down even longer than that, but I just want to get it done within that 15-minute candle, because sometimes, as you saw before, it can still wake up pretty nastily. There you go. Like, I would call myself a very skittish trader, right? That's why I like swing trading, because I can hold on to it for a while. I don't really care about it. It's like it's moving. I know it's going to move in a certain direction. I'm pretty happy with the results usually. Whereas day trading, you got to be like looking at it, or at least just have the price target and the selling orders be there, right? Because now all of a sudden this could just be the very bottom of a trade as far as it goes, and now I can pop back up here, consolidate, and break out later on tonight, right? So whole bunch of different ways this can all play out here. Now all of a sudden, instead of just having this ascending triangle, or this this triangle right here, you know, now we just have a nice little triangle, another triangle I should say. Those names for them, I'm spacing now, and I apologize. But now you can still see how this theoretically could be like, oh yeah, now we have a breakout right here, let's go, right? So lots of different things that could happen here. Lots of different things. We're up to $8 profit right now. Let's say that we want to have a price. No, we'll sell market price in a second. But again, it's hard because now we're at that support level. See, this is we get the longs coming back in bit by bit. Now all of a sudden we were up a few percent. Now we're only up 3%. Oh, you know, it's back. It's okay. But still, you get the point, right? There's always another pad that you could add on here. You just want to have all those lines on your screen because it looks freaking horrible when you do it like that. Hey, Money Power, you're chilling? Yeah, no, it's no worries, man. If you look at tutorials, whether it's on YouTube or books and stuff like that, a lot of times they try to have it where it's like this one indicator being like this means you have to do this. And in reality, that's why I did the replay mode, so you can kind of see what it looked like in real time, how it was maxed out, and it went higher. You know, that's a big issue I find with a lot of lessons that I see these days. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Dabba-dabba-dabba-doo. Dabba-dabba-doo. I know. He's mad I'm hanging out with you guys for 3 straight hours, but he gets his pets and stuff. He gets a treat and everything too. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't have any treats with you now. Although, I know. I'm covered in dog hair now. Ugh. There you go. Because even in the situation, we bouncing off support, we could also just do this. So this is what goes in my mind. We can just go like, whoop, 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 you know? But that could take a little bit longer period of time. And I don't want that. I want my T's blocking this. There we go. Pointer. I hate the crosshairs for some stupid reason. Now, seeing the bears try to push us down like that, kind of forcefully, I might take the loss on this trade right now because it feels like they're going to try to push us back up. Right? Oh. Let's see. What I'll do for now, so I can still walk away with a mini loss, is why don't I have a stop loss at 109, 792, 109, 790, 109, 790. I walk away with a profit, but it's really a loss because of the fee, so please understand that. Confirm, and we'll just wait. All right, just wait, see what happens. These next few minutes are going to be crucial. It's a 1 minute chart, so everything's really going to happen in the next few seconds. And then from there, going to see if it's able to get pushed down below support. Nice to have a little bit backup play. All right, let me see. Second by second to see if it actually breaks down or not. Let's see. Closer and closer. Let's see. Let's see. The heck? So I'm looking at something very fast to see if I want to show you guys a story, but I keep on getting 1,000 pop-ups and it's like really pissing me off. There you go. There you go. Go to the 1 minute very fast. There you go. So you can see this is really going to get pushed down on what's about to happen here. There we go. Okay. And push that over a little bit more. Hulk this June Moon? What is June Moon? Mog? Oh yeah, Mog is going crazy right now. We talked about that a few minutes ago. Or no, an hour ago now. Mog is one of those tokens that's been pumping, and it has a decent market cap too. I have a friend who was on the Mog team. He set it up. Ooh, helped set it up. Sorry, all this dog hair on me all of a sudden, making me itchy. I'm so confused how to use it perfectly. If you type in smart money concepts looks algo into YouTube, I have a tutorial about how I use it with larger time frames. I have one right here that's in half an hour long. I believe this one goes over the strategy. Yeah, this one does go over the strategy a little bit right here. And then I have one that's 2 years long. No, that's not the one I'm talking about. Which one is the one I'm thinking about? This one lasts 10 minutes. No. Maybe it is this one. Yeah, click on this one right here and it should show you how to do the strategy fully, you know, why I actually have time to sit down and explain the things to you. I should be coming out with a tutorial later on this week, by the way. I'm going to redo the Smart Money Concepts ones. I'm going to do a few Smart Money Concepts ones. I'm going to do Smart Money Concepts as far as just like what does each button do. I'm going to do Smart Money Concepts as far as different strategies you guys can use with them. Some of you guys only want to use the MACD, or maybe some of you guys only want to use the RSI, or maybe some of you guys can't use all of them because of the what type of package you guys got on TradingView. So I want to give you guys all the opportunities, but I'm basically going to be building them on trading strategies that I know that work pretty well, based off of My experience. I won't really make many strategies based off of things I don't necessarily trade on a daily basis, right? Which reminds me, and I wonder. There you go. Sorry, I just sent a message I forgot as well. I've been so backed up on a whole bunch of stuff. Here we go. All right, so I don't think it's hit our stop loss yet, but it's getting really close. If it hits the stop loss, technically we sold low, bought lower. I guess is probably the way to say it, or sold high, bought back low. But again, we'll have to wait and see how this all pans out. I'm hoping though I can do multiple types of trades with you guys though. That's the goal here, because I think not now. My end goal is when I do go to Thailand and stuff like that, I do want to have a 24-hour stream going like Target Hit does. I think that'd be a really cool one to go, and I just have it set on the side like what time I'm going to be streaming and things like that. That would be pretty fun. But yeah, let me see. Excuse me. Ooh. And see if there's anything else happening right now. No, I think I think LA's calmed down because everybody has to go to work. You know, it's the work week now. President Trump is deploying another 2,000 National Guard troops to LA. Los Angeles riot guy in a car pulls up with a paintball gun and shoots several volleys at federal officers in California. Kamala Harris. Bush. What is it? Los Angeles 1951 before mass migration. What do you call that seems a little weird to me. I don't like those types of posts. It's like they never watched Zorro and saw the Mexicans there beforehand. Salvadorians helping. Politics. Damn, just launching shit on top of cars? Damn. Yeah, not much happening. This is all from yesterday, right? This is all from yesterday. I wonder if that's my GPU, if that's X. I don't know. I think it's probably my GPU that could be having an issue. Oh, I got stopped out. You can see all the people that got stopped out in that one thing. We all had stop loss at the same exact time, too. Oh, man. Hopefully we get a green one here. That'd be good. I guess by the end of the stream will be over, but still. Haven't really had much to do. I guess theoretically, if you did short right here and you had your stop loss, what, right there? Or right here, I guess probably right there would be better, I guess. Or right there would have worked, that one would not have worked, right? You technically would have made money holding through all that mess. That was a lot of mess though. That's why I don't necessarily short at these type of situations. How can you recover you lost more than 200 bucks? Recovering, you recover money by trading. That's the way you do it. If you're a full-time trader, you have to recover. Like in this circumstance, like I guess I'll repeat myself in case somebody's new here. We took a high risk short trade right there, right? Because right now the momentum, as I said about earlier, it's bullish. So we only did a $200 50x long trade. And despite all of that, with fees, we probably made about what, $4 or $5. It was very, like, we got out real slim. $4, let's say minus $11. So what is that? like we lost $7 on that trade, right? So if I want to make that back, I usually would just wait for the real opportunity to buy, which is those green sections over here. That in a bullish market, those are going to be much more profitable, even when they don't work out 100%. Like this one still made some money, but maybe you didn't move up your stop loss and you ended up like, well, it didn't hit the stop loss there either. Or maybe you sold right here because it went red or something like that, right? Usually when you do go along with that, the wins will outdo the losses. Make sure over here. But $200, a $200 loss would be a massive positions for a scalp. Like, let me see. That means you would have had to been trading like over $1,000, so you would have been trading with like a few 100x leverage at least. Like if you do this one, right, like even from there to there, let's say you lost like 0.16%, right? 0.16%. Yeah, that must have taken a lot of capital or a lot of leverage. That's a lot of for like a, what are we short scalp over here somewhere? .03%. Yeah, that's a massive position right there. Losing is not losing, it's just the cost you pay for learning. Yeah, learning is expensive, isn't it? That's why I hate about trading in the most part. But that's why I tell you guys, honestly, swing trading is so much better, right? Swing trading is the best way to make money in the market, if you ask me. It just requires you to be a little bit more patient, which also really sucks. But for this type of stuff, this is the highest risk trading you could do. That's why you can see with my money, I put $200 with 50x leverage and I lost $11 on a trade because I knew it was already a high risk trade. That's why I told you guys it was high risk in the first place. But it doesn't matter all too much. It's just that we don't really have many opportunities to trade right now. Since we started streaming, it's been red, which is fine, right? Means you can kind of trade the breakdowns as they come across if you really want to. I typically just don't short when everything else is bullish. That's my typical thing, right? But it's fine. We got plenty of time to wait. Well, not really. I'm about to end the stream here in a few minutes, a little bit early. There's nothing happening here, which is kind of sucks, but that's just the way it is some days. But again, I got it all set up on ChatGPT, so I can go back and tomorrow's stream I'll have it more structured for you guys, a better idea of what's going on. Instead of just looking at the camera like with the prompter, you guys will literally just see me like look at my screen over here. And I'll be like, oh, yep, here we go, this. Oh, yeah, this is some of the news out today. Pull it up. You know, it might look a little bit funky, but heck, it'll just be a lot better looking. It'll just look a lot better, right? Look a lot better, which I think is probably the best way to go about it here. All right. And this is the 5-minute chart, just so you guys can kind of zoom out a little bit more and see what's exactly happening. Because now with this one has to go back to the flat one as well. All right, maybe I should set this to the 15. I'm not entirely sure. Part of me wants to do a 6 chart one, but I think 6 charts is way too many for you guys to focus on, to be honest. Heck, even 4 is too much for most people to focus on, I would say. I think most people should just do the 5 and the 15 or the 1, you know. But again, like if you go off the 5 chart, this trade, you know, for the time it was green until it peaked at, that's 4 hours, until here it's like 7 hours. That's a whole freaking day, you know, of being green. So up until that point, you're probably just doing longs. This one over here was 4 hours, you know, good chunk of a work day. This one over here was 3 hours, right? So, but again, if you catch it, you're good. You catch these green ones, you're good. Even the red one right here was good for a little bit. Choppy, but it worked. I just wouldn't like doing that type of trade. This one was bearish, so you don't do that trade. You don't do that trade. You can already tell it's rolling over at that point based off of, if it lets me, there you go. All right, long term is still good for the swing up into that next level of resistance. But you go over here, maybe the hourly chart. Yeah, getting a little bit more choppy here. Oh, really? It was 30-minute chart? Oh, that's surprising. Yeah. All right, that's fine, I guess, though. That was a creepy one. Not creepy one. That was an interesting one because it had that big level of resistance. It had a false breakout, and then it continued to come back down. Oh, there was some resistance out there. Okay, I see it. I didn't see it earlier. That was my bad. But now just in a waiting pattern here. We gotta adjust all this stuff now. It's gonna suck. I'm hoping eventually we actually start off a stream being at a good place, right? So far, we're not getting that on the last 2 streams. Which may... No, I think that should be fine. Yeah. But yeah, when it cover, I don't know, when I was learning how to trade recovery, man, I had to go work and wait for the next bill. But that's why, again, if you guys are trading, typically I would say you guys don't need to invest a lot of money. In fact, if you're doing day trading like this, which is more volatile and a higher risk, right? And even when I called it a higher risk, you saw I only lost like what, 10 bucks, 12 bucks, something like that. That's not terrible, right? Or 7 bucks, yeah. Oh geez, there's a big old fly because I got my door open. I got Loki's outside. I was gonna say something and then I saw a fly and I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta kill a fly in my house. No, it's fine. Oh no, go over to any exchange that you guys have and go to the demo trading. Don't use real money if you guys aren't ready for real trading. Demo trading is where it's at. Like, I think if you blow up your account, you can always get it back. Like this one is a leverage. This is a fake account. Let's do 100x leverage. We're still bearish right now. Right, still bearish. Still bearish on the 5. Yeah, it's still bearish. You could like not bat an eye, which sometimes helps you become a better trader. And you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna short this right here. Cost, yeah, okay. I want to do a $10,000 short position here. Right, even though it's at support, I want to do it, and you can kind of go gung-ho with it, right? Will it go up for me? There you go. And now I have a fake position open where my opening cost of doing that position was $182 in fees, and I'm up $22, right? You can definitely do that. You can definitely do that. Now all of a sudden I'm down $180, right? And you can be like, oh no, but like, in reality, it doesn't matter because it's fake money. And if you ever like run out of this money, basically you can just contact support and they'll re-up it. Or no, right now they have what? Oh, you can claim a futures book, yeah. So you can claim 5,000 bucks every 72 hours. That's fine. You're like, oh no, I made a bad mistake buying at support. I'm down 600 bucks, flash crash. Oh, I'm out. Oh my God, I lost money, but like it's not real money. That's a better way to think about it, because then you can go into your trading journal, type it down and say, oh, I didn't make money on that trade, yada, yada, yada. And you can kind of learn from that experience with the trading journal there. Now again, you could have held in like, because the stop loss would have been up here a little bit more, but you can see how a large trade, like that's typically what I'm doing. And I make a few $100 and I'm like gone, but you see with those fees, you know, well, I'm using more capital, less leverage because the fees are a lot easier on that. So if I were to do like, for example, on the same thing, if I were to do like a $25,000 short, not 250,000, right? Short, and I have it with, you know, 10x leverage instead of like a $5,000 trade with 50x or something like that. Open up a short. That fees, oh, it's still pretty much the same, isn't it? $147. Shouldn't be that though. I wonder if it's just because of this and they make it simple on the demo side. It shouldn't be that same fee. Charge 25,000. Unless it didn't take it all out completely. Oh, it's over 5,000 bucks. Hey, AP level 3. Yeah, sure. You're doing that. Last price will be on Clickskate. I wonder if that, I think that's just because of this. Yeah. But yeah, I'll sell this out very fast. Take a $300 loss in that position with the fees. But yeah, that's one way of looking at it as well. But usually I go larger amount of money, less leverage. Spider? Yeah. And hey, Wilder, have a good night, my man. Dodgers game is about to start. Good luck for the Dodgers. And so, yeah, I don't really have any spiders in my house. I got none, but I normally don't have flies. I need to get one of those like clicking things from Amazon where it's like it goes up against the wall and it clicks the little magnets in the middle. That way Loki can kind of run in and out of it whenever he wants to go outside. I've been letting him chill outside all day though. He's been having an absolute blast, and he's been enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream right now. A little bit early, I know, but I'm gonna take what I kind of learned from today and kind of apply it till tomorrow. For today, I don't know why, you know, maybe I got too personal or something like that, but I just feel kind of off, right? And I don't like feeling off. I think as the stream's gone on, it's a little bit better. I think I'm a lot better when I'm teaching you guys what to do, but we'll see. But I'll also call it a night too. I'm gonna get myself some water. I gotta take some pills and stuff like that for fasting, which will be fun. And we'll see how that goes. There's vitamin B2 in here, and vitamin B2 is like the most disgusting pill I've ever had in my life. But yeah, so I'll see you guys a little bit later, and then we'll do this again tomorrow, and then we'll have a little more structure in the stream as well. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And Loki is right here trying to play